no longer benefiting, if you will, members of this chapter. Brian was a member slightly before I was, but this has been my family for the longest time. But there's something about me and my membership in BNI that most of you guys don't know. A couple of you might, but most of you don't. Let's start with Halloween. Halloween is normally a great fun day for most of us. We enjoy it. Some of our offices encourage us to dress up and have a good time. In Halloween of 2008, I got called in my boss's office and got laid off. I had been in Florida for a little more than 15 months. The economy had taken a nosedive. Actually, I was only one of 46 that got laid off that day from our company. Our company has never gained that many more employees back, but we're a lot more profitable now than we were when. But going back to Halloween, you can imagine what it's like for someone who just moved from Washington, D.C. to Florida to start a new life to suddenly find himself out of work. And the economy had tanked, so finding another job was hard as hell. I wasn't terribly successful at it. I really didn't have a big network down here. And I mean, the good news is I had a little bit of savings and I could live off of that. But I was still very anxious, very concerned, and wondering what I was going to do. Needless to say, I didn't have a vacation that year. However, the good news is the economy improved just enough, and my old company brought me back 6 months later, which was nice. But I was warned, this could happen anytime again, and you need to be prepared for it. And I made a promise to myself at that point, I was going to try to be prepared for it and go out and find ways to make sure it never happened again. So I'm out dealing with the folks that I know and what have you. Met a person who happened to be in this BNI chapter. He was our massage therapist at the time. He invited me to come to a meeting. I was kind of shaking my head, yeah, right. 7 o'clock Tuesday morning, it's really going to bring me business? Well, I showed up. And I was kind of impressed with it, but I didn't join at that point. He called me the following Monday and says, look, come again, we're having a special program. So I went, and lo and behold, I joined that week. Shortly after that, I sort of like dove into BNI the best that I could. I started going to the webinars that were being held, the different advanced trainings that were being held. I got through member success training. We didn't have the passport back then, but I started doing one-to-ones and starting to get to know people. And it really made a difference because come September, I had joined in July, come September, I get a really nice referral. It happened to be from the person who was our graphics designer at the time. And the three of us with our printer formed a little mini power team. That referral was worth about $200,000 before it died. So to me, that made a big difference in my first year back. It showed me that yes, networking can really work. I've tried to keep going out and extending my network. I've joined several other networking organizations, but really trying to grow my BNI family. I've started going to other BNI chapters, reaching out to folks who might be considered my competitors, but they really aren't because we all have different equipment. And the end result is last year, I had $1 million year in sales, which has never happened in my lifetime. And that made a great deal of great things for me. Business is doing well. Our company's had the best 2 years in its history in the last 2 years. And I'd like to say that it all belongs to BNI because I came to that meeting that one Tuesday morning and developed relationships with so many people that it has really changed my life. So I thank all of you who have been part of that and look forward to thanking those of you who may join that group. Have a great day.